Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and Brittany and I got another workout for you guys, and I've decided at this point, I've been doing 2 of these a week on camera. We're going to cut back to 1 a week because as much as people might say, hey, we enjoy having the extra footage, it also gives me less sessions to help Brittany with her technique on stuff because I'm so busy filming that I can't coach her on reps trying to hold a camera. And so really, I think it's going to be better for us to do 1 a week for you guys, because what we saw today, Brittany really got messed up with the deadlift bar because someone else is deadlifting with the better bar. We got stuck using a bent bar, and bars get bent because of guys like Strap-On Destiny who have no business doing stupid crap that they do in the gym. It doesn't make you any bigger or stronger than conventional normal training, but they destroy equipment. People doing rack pulls with 800, 900, 1,000 pounds with straps who can barely deadlift 500, you know, it destroys equipment. It damages equipment, and there's no need for it. And she went to do her warm-up here. We were going to do a bunch of sets of 4 with 155 today. She's been doing sets of 3 with 155. So what I was going to build her up to was doing 4 and then 5, and then work with 5 rep sets and build her back up to the 185, because she had been pulling 185 for 5, which she did on camera, and then she detrained, and we've been trying to build it back up. Someone is commenting actually last time, oh, why is she doing 135? You mean her warm-up? She was doing 155 the last 2 workouts for all her work sets. And they were easy work sets. But today, after I did my clean and push press here, we had her try to use the same bent bar, and she is not used to pulling with a bent bar. And she went to do 155, and she struggled with it. She felt like the bar pulled way out in front of her, and her technique broke down. So she dropped down to 135 for reps because the bent bar is something she just doesn't have enough deadlift experience with to utilize and work around. And even I noticed that when I did my work set today, guess what? The bent bar, it was harder because the bar tries to roll on you. If you're not careful, the bar will try to roll, and you end up messing with grip so much. And you see it right here. She went to pull it for this. She was going to do a 4-rep set, and she felt like it just pulled her forward, and she didn't want to mess with it. She was done. She's like, I'm not doing this. See, there's her face. So we had her drop down to 135, and she did a 7-rep set and a 6-rep set with that for work sets. But again, the thing that you've got to remember, bent bars, the lesson of this story today is trying to work around bent bars. They take extra work. If people have destroyed bars because they're doing stupid stuff and lifting bars beyond the capacity of that bar, you know what? Any real lifter who's used to deadlifting real weight, they know the capacity of a bar. They don't overload the capacity of a bar. They'll make sure that they've got a bar that's ready to do what they want to do. But clowns in the gym who come in and do heavy rack pulls and crap like that, they're not up to speed with powerlifting and what equipment can be used, and they tend to damage equipment because they'll load bars with 200 or 300 pounds more than they're rated to hold. They'll take a bar rated to hold 600 pounds and they'll put 800 on it, and then they ruin equipment for everyone else in the gym. And had they just trained normally, that wouldn't have happened. And so what we got stuck with today was a bent bar. And again, it makes things more difficult. Makes things more difficult. And again, not in a good way, because it's just harder to grip a bent bar. Bent bars tend to roll on you. More guys have been hurt on the bench press with a bent bar than anything else. When you hear about guys getting hurt with the suicide grip, half the time it's because they grabbed a bar that was bent. A bent bar plus a suicide grip, the bar rolls on you. If it rolls the wrong direction, it falls off and hits you. So just something to be aware of for you guys who happen to do a suicide grip on stuff, because you guys notice, I mean, I use a thumbs under grip for all my overhead work. Guess what? You need to be aware of the position of that bar, and on the bench press, it's much, much more difficult to deal with. At least with an overhead press, if it rolls, you can just push it in front of you, and it hits the ground. Bench press, a little bit more of a problem. So just be aware of that, those of you who use a false grip on any exercise, bent bars. Be aware that it can change the biomechanics of your deadlifts, and it can take a weight that might have been easier for you. In her case, that was supposed to be, she was going to do 3 sets of 4 with that weight. Should have been easy. Her 2nd rep, it pulled her completely out of her position, and she felt uncomfortable with it, so we had to drop down to a lighter weight. She just wasn't prepared for that bent bar, and someone else was using the better deadlift bar while both of them were being used by someone else. So here she did. She went down to 135. And for me, guys, I did the exact same workout I've done the last 2 times on camera, the exact same weight, exact same reps. Because guess what? I'm cutting, losing body fat. I'm focused on maintaining what I have. If I can pick up a rep here or there without grinding it, by all means, I'll do so. But you know what? I'm happy to just keep the size and strength that I currently have while I go down on the scale. you know, because I have, what, at least another 20 to lose, maybe 30, before I'm at the point to where I want to be. And people say, how long is that going to take you? It takes me how long it takes me. I'm an older athlete. I'm an advanced lifter. And people say, you're not an advanced lifter. Really? I've squatted over 500 pounds raw with no sleeves or wrap on camera. You guys have seen me rep out 550 on the deadlift before with no belt. I'm pretty sure that qualifies as an advanced lifter on any chart I'm aware of. So, advanced lifter, 40 years old, who's cutting body fat. I'm in a caloric deficit. I don't anticipate getting stronger right now. Why would I? Yeah, if I blasted a gram or two a test, I probably would. The weight would probably be going up a lot. I'd probably be adding 10 pounds a week to my deadlift on all my work sets. 5 pounds a week on my push press for all my work sets. But that's not how it works in the real world. You know what? I'm just trying to keep what I have while I lose body fat. Because all things considered, I think I'm big enough with well enough development that I think people will be surprised if I drop another 20 pounds of body fat, another 25 pounds of body fat. I think people will be surprised at how I end up looking. So at this point, the name of the game is keep what I have, don't overtrain, don't get hurt, maintain consistency. Maintain consistency, maintain that caloric deficit by doing all my extra cardio, keep my diet in check, make it happen. That's the idea. So there we go, getting focused a little bit for the deadlift, and I'm having to, and then I'm having to adjust that bar. Because normally this wouldn't be terribly difficult for me, but with this bent bar, I was definitely worried because I noticed it on the 405 warm-up. I definitely noticed that bar's tendency to roll. So I'm trying to get the bar set and everything. And I'm not going to lie, this fifth rep, because of the bar trying to roll on me, I almost wasn't able to hold on to it at the top. The first 3, it felt fine. I noticed around that 4th rep, you notice these first 3, they're easy, they're clean, no problem at all. Easy mode. This 4th one, the bar seemed to shift on me a little bit. You'll notice I had to reset myself. See right there, I'm struggling with that grip because that bar is trying to roll. And then this 5th rep, it almost rolled out of my hands at the top. See me shaking a little bit? It's because I'm trying to grip the bar tighter because it was trying to roll due to that bow in it. Just is what it is. But, I mean, I completed the set, no biggie. But I think had I tried a 6th rep, I would have had grip problems, which is really undesirable. We don't ever want to have grip problems because, truth be told, if your training is on point, the overwhelming majority of people will never need to do other grip work. It's because people train too much with straps. They don't do enough raw pulling. They don't do enough pull-ups. They don't do enough rows. They don't do enough deadlifting without straps. People use too many fluffy, wuffy machines instead of gripping a hard ass bar and pulling it. And then they wonder why they need to do grip work. Well, no shit. Maybe it's because you've trained to have a weak ass grip. That's why you need to do grip work. That would be like a guy going, I wonder why my biceps are small when you don't train them. You don't do chin-ups and you don't do curls of any type. Well, you know, that's probably why. Lat pull-downs are only going to get your biceps so big. It's the same idea, you know, but if you do enough pulling, it shouldn't be a problem. But in this case, because of that bent bar, that grip was tough. I felt like had I tried to do a 6th rep, that the bar roll with that bent bar would have been a problem. So yeah, this whole session is basically me pitching about bent bars, and mainly it's because Brittany's training got messed up today by the bent bar. We just had to do volume instead. And again, this is one of the reasons I hate cocksuckers like Strap-on Destiny. That is reason enough to hate cocksuckers like that. Think about it. They destroy equipment. They ruin things for everyone else who's trying to train correctly because they want to do silly show-off stuff at the gym. They want to try to lift more weight than they're really capable of lifting, and because they've never built up properly or gradually doing conventional methods, they don't understand the limitations of equipment. They don't make sure they go to a gym that has a bar rated for 800 pounds or 1,000 pounds. Any of you guys, most people don't even know that. They don't know the limits of the bars they're using because most people aren't strong enough to bend the bar. So it's never a concern for most gyms because they don't have serious power lifters deadlift at 800 pounds. And so people go to these more conventional gyms and they try to do training like that, and then they actually destroy equipment, and it really ruins things for everyone else. People like that are really just dickheads. They are dickheads, and they should be treated as such. Because again, they mess up other people's workouts because they want to bend and break equipment because they're stupid and they don't know how to train. And then they get followers who are stupid and don't know how to train, and they destroy equipment and bars for everyone else all over the world. You know, that's reason enough to hate people like that. It really is. They want to mess up their own equipment in their own garage. Hey, great. But don't ruin things for everyone else. You know, and that's kind of the point. That alone is just one of the reasons I hate stuff like that, besides the fact that it will get you hurt. It's just stupidity. It destroys equipment for no reason other than showing off, making life harder for everyone else who's actually trying to train normally and correctly. You know, I went over here and Brittany's like, she just filmed me unracking all my weights on here. It's kind of funny. You guys can see me at different angles now. Oh my God, that's what I look like. That's me. Moving stuff around. Getting my left side. People ask sometimes, why is your left arm smaller? Because I have a torn bicep. You know, so just throwing that out there, you know, people are like, man, this guy's arms are imbalanced. I'm like, yeah, of course they are. What do you want me to do about it? Go do like Rich Piana and put a bunch of PMMA in my left bicep? I guess I could do that so that guys could fap easier. They could masturbate easier to me having same size biceps if I just go get it filled. I guess I could do that, right? Be easier for people to get a nut while watching me on camera. I don't know. I don't understand why guys care about aesthetics of other men unless you're going to masturbate to them. But, you know, to each their own. I guess if I'm getting that G for P money from people masturbating to my videos, I guess I need to get abs and maybe get that left bicep filled surgically. I don't know. All right, guys. So that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.